But that's what's called upon you in these conditions.
Trengove will be up against Graham for the knock at the start of this second term. The Tigers have been here twice, or this is their second visit for the year. They did lead Adelaide at three-quarter time, but couldn't win the game. So far, so good for them here. But Port Adelaide with the first opportunity in this second quarter. Stewart got it from Thomas. Over the top to Boak. Hitting towards the pocket, pushing it back. Here's McGuan.
Just a bit lazy by Salter there.
It was.
Didn't really need to give that free kick away.
Especially the umpires there scanning. You know he's going to pay that. It's an obvious free kick. The ball comes in the fourth.
Gee, how's that for a mark? Sorry, Jack.
Yeah, no, great
Griffiths.
mark.
That's what he can do. So a lot of this boy as a youngster, geez, he's got a nice pair of hands on him.
He's just tumbled it forward. Nahas worked out of it by Surgeon. Cassisi got up, handballed away to Logan. Chance now for Richmond, though. Edwards. Now Surgeon will win the free kick. He got in and under.
Let's have another look at this mark, boys. In these conditions, playing your first game over Chad Corns and the Ruckman, Trengove, it's not a bad first mark in AFL footy, I would have thought.
Not a bad way to start.
My word. Very impressive.
Cochin just went without it. Moore can't get clear with the kick. Roden was feeling for a free.
Well, they've got 26 touches between two of their most experienced players, in Tuck and Newman. Tuck's had it 14 times, Newman's had it 12. Tuck's had 4 or 5 clearances as well.
There's Travis Boak getting that one forward. Now Stewart back in the side. After this is just his second game, and not the sort of conditions for a big man who's 200 centimetres.
Richmond dominating all over the ground. Every key stat you can think of. Contested possessions, they're smashing Port Adelaide. Clearances, they're smashing them. Normally gives an indication of attitude and effort. At the moment, I reckon...
That is wonderful work from Martin there. To get it to Cochin in turn to Newman.
Martin's been fantastic all afternoon.
Westhoff, inventive. So too Webberley. No boot to ball just yet. Maybe Cochin. Cassisi.
Martin in that again, second effort.
There you can see Brett Ebert. Boys just come out from underneath the room, smile on the face, give the boys a little bit of a pat, say great news.
Yeah, boot on, glove on. So
it's all funny today.
Yeah, ready to get back.
5 clearances to Dustin Martin out of his 8 possessions.
He's tough, isn't he?
He's been very good. Here he is again.
He's got the footy and he's just going to tumble it forward. Corns came out. Chad with a two-handed punch. Salopek stepping. And the kick falls short onto the chest of Delidio. Delidio spreads wider. His target is Tandling. Played the percentage, took it on the chest. He's just going to go further down the line. He was in two minds.
Wasn't a good kick there. Yeah. He's throwing the fist to his teammates there to push down, but Richard Tandling, you had 3 on the 1 there, and you picked the Port Adelaide player. So was your skill error.
He had Jake the push-up king on his own, and just didn't see him.
Is that something you buy late at night?
Push-up king?
After 12 o'clock?
Well, he's like a machine when he's doing push-ups. He can do like 100 in one sitting.
Couldn't you do 101 sittings?
Well, one stanza. He could even do 200. I'll tell you what, loving the way they're going about it here. The Tigers are all, the key players are all involved, whereas Port are getting nothing out of Daniel Pearce as an example. Just had 1 touch.
He's got no room whatsoever, Pearce.
No.
King's wearing him.
He's been all right on him at this stage.
Again, Richmond win the free kick. And again, they try to spread it across the ground. It's hard there for Newman. He went without it. Chad Corns back to Westhoff, off the side of the boot. Towards the wing. Hitchcock leads in the race, but he's pushed out of it.
Did well, the big fella.
Griffiths.
He's hurt himself, Hitchcock too.
He's down.
Another injury.
And the ball is not too far from him. As Jake King sends it forward, Nason has to wait, and it's an easy one for the spoil for Chapman, who wants the mark, but I think it was out of bounds before he completed his shoulder.
Yeah, his left shoulder, boys, is already strapped and he's holding it. He's in a lot of pain here.
Oh, that's painful.
He's had a problem with that since the pre-season.
He's fallen on it. He's been nudged out of the way here. Bang, there it is.
Yeah, this is the way he's fallen.
It's popped.
Not much fun, shoulder injuries. We know that. Have a look.
And then he's got one in the back of the head for his trouble.
So another forward for Port Adelaide goes down.
Well, their whole forward line, from basically their #1 forward line is no longer in existence as we know it.
Yeah,
Ebert, Hitchcock, Treadray, Gray, Davenport, Motlop.
They'll be on the phone to Clive Waterhouse shortly.
It's a blast from the past.
Hitchcock in a spot of bother.
And Schultz was left out this week as well, so I don't think there'll be a starting forward, so they're going to have to rejig.
That's good skill from Salopek, but perhaps trying a little bit too much. Carr wins the free kick. He was down low.
Oh, quite a tall forward line at the moment. Tall options, but not really those conditions. No one moving at all.
And Carr's just going to send it up there and see what happens. Stewart was there. The punch came out towards Salter. Delidio caught. Broadbent back towards Cassisi.
Did well.
Clever work, and then got it back out to Stewart. Threw it on the boot, but unfortunately for him, it's out of bounds on the full.
Well, Daniel Stewart down there. There's Matty Thomas. Yeah, rejig that whole forward line. Just try and get something happening. Pearce is playing deep in the forward line at the moment.
Floating in was Polak. Cassisi on hands and knees trying to beat 3 Tigers. And there he goes again. Dustin Martin. He is a ferocious little Tiger in that. The quick kick from Newman. Nason got lost in the air. Trengove almost took a miraculous mark. Smother affected. Falls comes out the back to Chapman. Again, the smother from Richmond. Polak caught. Got it to Tuck. No room there for Cousins. Towards Farmer. Went off the ground. Marking contest here. An important one.
Kept his feet.
Oh, he did beautifully well, White. That's wonderful play. He takes it and runs and he kicks it long. Now the breeze will get it over the back and it'll slide towards the goal square. Who's there first? Corns rushing it through.
Inside 50 count. It's even 16 apiece. Just when Richmond have got it in there, they've looked a lot more dangerous than Port.
Well, Webley turned around and almost marked it. Chance for Tuck again. Kane Corns right with him. No room.
120 possessions to Richmond. 82 on kicks, 38 handballs. We see Hitchcock down the rooms. Not looking to be in too much pain at the minute. He hasn't got it in a sling. You might know his shoulder that well.
Yeah, I think that might be the case.
If you've had shoulder problems in the past, it doesn't normally take a rocket.
Just want to have a look at this, boys. Matty White, just how he kept his feet in these contests, 50-50. Good strength there, and his hips didn't go to ground. That was the most important thing. Then won the contest.
Yeah, got good pace, hasn't he, Matthew White?
Yeah, he's got genuine pace. I mean, in the sprint at half-time of the grand final.
How did he go?
I think he went.
Did he win?
I think he won. Yeah. I'm not 100% sure, but here's Cousins to the hot spot, to the danger zone.
It's a good contest here.
Here's Revolt off the ground.
What's he doing? Oh, sooner or later it was going to happen.
Bring on the World Cup. Revolt is your striker.
Well, I've been critical of him doing this, and I was about to give him an absolute pasting.
You were indeed.
Why would you do it unless you do this?
Well, this is why.
Look, well, you had time to you got to lock it in there. And look, he's very, very happy. Look, 10 points to him. I give him that, but as we see, look at the body there, takes out Alapati, so ball goes to ground. So good contest there by Richmond.
Yeah,
that was brilliant.
I reckon if you look at it, there's no way he could have picked it up and got a kick away. It was exactly the right thing to do. That's a goal.
Well, I believe Cristiano Ronaldo is known as CR9.
CR9.
What about JR8?
Very good. Very good, Matty.
Fantastic finish. And it gives Richmond a 14-point lead. A chance for Port here, though. Trengove went without it. Roden tried to get boot to ball. Now, Kane Corns got it back, out to Boat. You heard the umpire, not 15. But there's numbers here for Port. Salopek underneath that pack.
I reckon that might stick, Matty. JR8, CR9.
Oh, dear. But he's certainly got some talent, and he's got a couple of goals, a chance of Port. Into the pocket they go.
Oh,
Pearce is unsighted, and good courage and desperation from Farmer.
Well, that's the difference between the two sides. He's won himself a free kick here for one over the top.
No, he's saying it's a throw.
He wants one. He didn't get it.
No, okay.
You know what I liked about that? He actually left his opponent to help out his teammate.
That takes a calculated risk, takes a bit of courage, but you know what you're going to get when your side's going to do that or your teammate's going to do that, and that's why they're winning this game of football.
but switched on teams do. And you can tell from the word go here, Richmond were going to be on the job today. They got out on the ground early, couldn't get out of here quick enough and get their hands dirty. They've won every disputed ball. They've been winning the clearances like this, and they deserve their 2-goal lead at the moment.
Nason. Chaplin out of the contest. Quick hands Logan to Chad Corns.
This is better.
And a good kick from Corns, and Westhoff dropped what he should have taken despite the conditions. It could have been a shot at goal. Thomas, he's a hard nut. And there's Jake King.
Well, boys, I just got a bit of a weather forecast coming in, and as we see, he should have taken this chest mark. He's just...
Yeah, you can see Thomas in the background saying, you're clear, you've got it, it's yours.
Misjudged it.
Yeah.
Tried to take it at his knees in the end instead of hugging it into his chest.
Not 15, not happy Broadbent. Thomas gives it to Westhoff. Can he make amends with the kick? He can't.
Bloke's absolutely giving it to him there, but for the handball. But it's got very dark out there, boys. Richmond get the next goal. We're expecting a massive downpour in the next 15 minutes, and if they get the next goal, I could say that's pretty much, it's going to be hard for Port Adelaide to get back into it.
I'd just like to know how you've got access to the Bureau of Meteorology.
Tell you that half time.
He is a keen fisherman, Glenn.
He's just stuck his finger out the window.
That's how to read the
It's got very dark, boys. Look over to the north side there, very black clouds.
Okay, here's a chance for Edwards.
He needs to be clean. He just...
Oh, it's Cassisi, that's how you do it. Logan
Good
slipped
Cassisi.
out of his hand, Boak.
They're just outnumbering him at the contest here, Richmond. Their work rate is just far superior than Port's.
And Stewart wants the boundary, and he is successful.
There's a want about him. There certainly is.
4-5 to 2-4, 13-point margin with 12 minutes to go in this second term. If you've just joined us, an incredible amount of rain in the hour prior to the game.
23-12, the clearance count in favour of the Tigers. If you're just joining us for the first time, Brogan out of the side for Port Adelaide. And we think that's going to have a massive impact on this game. Richmond all over them at the stoppages at the minute.
Pearce gets that kick away, but not his best, and that's out on the full.
One play they need a big lift to Port Adelaide. They need a couple. Daniel Pearce only the 3 possessions, but David Roden, he's only had the 4 possessions. These conditions would suit him, but we'll go down to Rowan Smith in a minute.
Rowan, we just saw Ebert they're having a good chat to Ebert.
Yeah, very long chat, Matty. They're just trying to make a decision whether he's going to go back out in the ground. He's done a few warm-ups, actually looks quite good. He's trying to convince them, boys, don't worry about that. He wants to get back out there.
Doctor's just given a thumbs up to the runner, so I think you're going to see that he's...
Well, he's running straight past Rowan Smith now. What do you think, Smithy?
He looks all right. Biggers, as I said to him, he just spoke to the doctors and he goes, oh, I feel okay, my head's okay, looks fine. They want to do just to get him to try and change direction a few times just so he can, his head doesn't wobble, I suppose, Biggers.
What's it going to fall off, is it?
Another terrific medical report from the most famous Dr. Smith since Lost in Space.
Well, you know what it's like, concussion, a little bit of brain wobble.
I wish our cameras could just put themselves onto you at the moment next to Brett Ebert there and see whether you've got a bit of a wobble going.
Still, Port Adelaide can't get clear in these contests. King threw it on the boot. First back, though, clean pick up by Salopek. That skill to Pearce, starting to get into the game, which is important. But again, his kick dropping short. Delidio on the way.
He's been okay too.
Very good.
They got Corns onto him in that first quarter. They finally got it happening. But
here is the rain that Jacko was talking about. And here are the Tigers.
The goal.
And here's his former teammate and Cousins kicking it behind.
he's working his way into the game, Cousins. Just 7 touches.
Done some good things, but he's done some good things. He's used his football smarts, knowing where to get in the right positions, and he's got good clean possession and good inside 50s. Expect him to get better as the game goes on.
Kick, full shot. A chance for Cochin, but it'll take a big kick from here.
Well, on a dry day, he eats this.
Yep.
But, the kick-ins, we've seen 2 or 3 kick-ins now where they just haven't been able to get the purchase on the ball. Even back onto the ground for Port Adelaide, which is the bonus.
That's great.
Their forward line really struggling at the moment. This kick is a critical kick.
He hasn't kicked a goal in 2010. 40 metres out. He sets it on its way. And it's a behind.
camera had a little bit of work on it.
A little bit of weather.
Yeah, a little bit of weather on it. It's been out there facing the breeze all afternoon. Now, these kick-ins, you sort of set your zone a bit closer than you would normally.
Yep,
because you know the ball's not going to travel as far.
And again, it drops short. Big Griffiths in the way. Couldn't take it. Tambling went without it. Well, Martin's taking him on.
Jeez,
in trouble.
Holding the ball.
It's the first time we've seen anyone really get pinged for that today, but he did genuinely take them on.
Gee, they use hands to Pearce. Put him under pressure. Boak will go. He's got it. He's such an important player in this team.
Hit the space here.
He heads in the Corns direction, who let a path through for Stewart, but he didn't take it.
Well, Corns did the right thing. He just needed his teammate to hold the mark.
Westhoff, not his sort of conditions. Newman. Cochin will get there first.
He's pick up though.
He can use hands, and he's got Cousins, and he's got pace.
Get it back here.
He can actually kick a goal here, Cousins.
If he gives it to Cochin, that's where I'd be going.
He thought about it, decided to just tumble it forward onto the chest of Revolt, and JR8 is in the way.
Well, Ben Cousins, he's going to relish in these conditions because he's positioned himself. He's a smart runner, he's a hard runner, but as he's getting older as a player, conditions like these, he's going to get in the right position, and that time through the middle of the ground, carried the ball, didn't panic, had a bounce while he placed it on the ground, then kicked it. A bit of a mongrel kick straight to Jack Revolt.
Revolt for his third goal before half-time, and yes!
Well, fantastic build-up all the way back to between the wing and the back flank when Trent Cochin got involved. And we have a look at, it's just some real class players. See how low to the ground he gets? He didn't need to scoop it up. He just bent from the knees, which the good players can do.
Looked around him, Ben Cousins here, saw the oncoming, then looked up. Bit of a mongrel kick, look, used the flat punt of the ball.
Yeah, but you know the good thing about it, the smart forwards know how to read the play. They get in front. And those wobbly kicks, it's amazing how many times they just fall in their arms.
Revolt continues to shine for the Tigers. Now with 28 for the season, he's got 3 so far. Port Adelaide only have 2. He's in front of Port. Graham, it was Pearce with the hack out of mid-air. Chad Corns has gone forward now. So Ebert back out there, Corns and Stewart. Broadbent and Roden is the Port Adelaide forward line.
Let's not forget that these blokes were in Darwin last Saturday night playing in 34 degrees, 70% humidity. Always a concern coming into this game. Their record post-Darwin's not great.
It was 0-3.
Yeah, in fact, it's
0-4.
Yeah. In fact, it's awful. So that's why I felt coming into this game, if Richmond brought a real competitive attitude, they were going to be difficult to beat. 21 points in these conditions is a very, very nice lead. And
Richmond would be banking on the fact that now that we're in this position, they're not going to probably back Port have that comeback like they did last week in those conditions, given how poor it is here today.
White won the contest. On to Collins. Here's the danger man in Revolt. Chaplin's gone to him.
Did well there, Chaplin.
Smacking in, aren't they? This is good, both teams.
Yeah, good contest.
We saw a very frustrated coach at quarter time going at his players. Doesn't matter whether you're playing a team that hasn't won a game. In these conditions, as I say, you bring a competitive spirit to the table, you've got half a chance. And the Tigers would really fancy themselves from here. And Port Adelaide need to do something to get the ball into their forward line with some sort of consistency. I just not seeing them doing it at the moment. They can't win a contested footy.
Ricocheted ball, a couple of kicks off the ground by Richmond, giving them a chance.
Oh, it's a free kick.
Thrown out of it was Nahas. It is a free kick, Lee.
I will say one thing that I've noticed between the two forward lines, Richmond players are playing in front. That's a basic that you learn at under 10s. Play in front at all times, but in conditions like this, the ball's going to drop. Whereas I've noticed the Port Adelaide players very reactive and not playing in front as much as what the Richmond guys are. Jacob Surgeon, well, he's asking the question there.
Gee, I'll tell you what, he's lucky. Sometimes when you gesture like that, the umpire will ping you straight back for 50. This is not a day to be giving away a 50-metre penalty in the 50 line, in the forward line.
Rain coming down again. Tough kick for Nahas. He's got a goal in the first quarter. It's not even going to make it. But the lead is out to 21 points. 22, I should say.
So they're trying to flood the one side of the ground here, Port. They've had no luck bringing it out this side. Let's go to the defensive side of the ground, which is the other side of it. Kicking it out here is where you want to attack from, the commentary side of the ground. That's the defensive side. That's where they should be kicking all their kick-ins.
Logan couldn't quite take it. Thomas got it from Kasisi. First to it after that was Tuck, and a little bit too fierce for Cochin.
I'm a bit surprised, actually, with the way they have kicked it into the commentary side of the ground, because that's exactly what Damien Harden would be happy with.
Yep.
He'd be saying to his players, let's hit it to that side of the ground. Where the ball's out here, it's a long way home with that wind the way it is at the moment. Even though it is favouring Richmond's end, certainly blowing to that pocket.
Chance again for Cousins. Well, he completely misread that. Port Adelaide free. It's going to Logan.
Going to go against him.
No, Kennedy's been around a long time.
Yeah, a less experienced umpire would have probably fallen into that little one.
He has been there a long time, Hayden.
Yeah, hold it up.
Holding it up, and Newman knew it was going over the line. Ben Cousins just a bit, he sort of got caught up with his, when he went to soccer that ball off the ground and stumbled. Williams with plenty to think about. Cochin again clean at ground level. Got it over to Delidio, hooked it back nicely, but standing in the way. Paul Stewart.
Kind of really improved. He's a really improved player, Paul Stewart.
Yeah, I think he's had a really good season.
He has.
Well, Richmond have been enjoying this Port kicking to a contest like that. Everyone's flat-footed. Where what they've got to try and do is kick to space and invite their runners to run and back them in to win possession of the football.
Trying to get something going here. Ebert's back in the contest. Ball comes out, but first to it, the only one back home is Farmer. Now it's smothered. It's an open forward line if Port can get it in there. Good tackle from Carr on King, rewarded.
Well, they need a spark. Where's it going to come from? Some of their senior players with tackles like that just might ignite a few of their players into a bit of form.
He's kicked that all of 12 metres.
Not his best kick, Josh. Broad bent, got boot to ball, not 15. That's nice work from Edwards. He's been legged.
We know the wing's strong. Kicking Josh Carr seriously with 12 metres.
Oh, that's a poor kick from Edwards. Now a chance for Port. Can they make something of this turnover? Holding underneath it was Stewart. Couldn't take the mark. Still it bounces out towards Westhoff. McGuan, slippery ball. Went straight through Stewart. Oh, kicking in danger. Kasisi wins it. Advantage not paid. Yes, it is. It's paid.
Oh, that's not a great advantage.
Oh, it stops near the goal. Moore to clear for Richmond. Has a player out wide. It's Delidio.
What a shocking call on advantage.
And here's Cousins. Beautiful pass, Delidio.
He's trying to get it on Cousins, and he's done it well here.
If they get it on again, they've got another loose player.
Revolt caught. The tackle from Surgeon was a beauty. But sometimes where Richmond are going well is that the players like Delidio, Cochin, Cousins, they're clean.
There's that kick.
Look at that kick. Josh Carr. It is a strong breeze. Well, that one, you just pay that when you feel like it. But kicking in danger, I didn't even know there was a rule called kicking in danger still. You don't see it paid hardly at all. Well, you rarely see it paid.
No, very rarely.
Well, in the conditions, yeah.
Rain still tumbling, and the breeze still favouring screen, or left of screen. 4 minutes remaining. Port need a goal.
Cochin's become very busy. He's had 16 touches now.
Yeah, and there's some really clever ones. Here's Kane Corns out the back to Pearce. Going forward, they do now with Broadbent. He kicks towards the boundary line. Perhaps that's not the best place for Daniel Stewart to run onto it.
Off the bench, David Roden. Isn't a lot of the ball today.
Because you can just see Cameron Hitchcock at the back there. Just the word out of the Port Adelaide camp is a sprained AC joint. So he's definitely still in a fair bit of pain. He's just emerged from the ruins, but still in a fair bit of pain at the back there.
There is the back left-hand corner. So he's very surprised that we see Cameron again.
Doesn't look too comfortable.
No.
He certainly hasn't got the big arms because he's just a skinny player. He doesn't want another knock on it. So, no, that'll be the end of him for the afternoon.
And it's the second time the umpire's called the boundary throw-in back. Said, no, that hasn't gone in far enough.
Well, hardly the boundary umpire's fault. It's one of those shocking days where the wind's blowing a gale out there. 50 metres now.
For abuse, too.
For abuse. So this is not good here for Richmond, for Port Adelaide.
They're just losing discipline, losing a bit of their structure and momentum. Well, they haven't had any momentum, but if you're going to give it back on a plate to the opposition, they're going to take advantage here.
could get a couple of forwards up the ground a bit here, draw out the Port Adelaide defenders and hit the goal square, which would be empty.
Just gone the big one.
Yeah, you're going to hit and hope and see what happens over the back. It was always going there. And behind.
And it's definitely been a direction from the Richmond coaching staff, boys, to flat punt it into their forward line, just trying to get it in as deep as they can, trying to get their runners to get onto the contest and kick the goal.
Well, you can see now everyone floating to the other side of the ground, nothing out this side really. They just want to defend now.
There's this heavy rain.
Not give up another goal. It's a long way to the Port Adelaide goals from where it is right now.
Jacko's had to change bait now with this rain. He knew it was coming, the big man.
It's coming. Have a look at it.
Yeah, sure what they can do here, Port Adelaide. They're generating nothing from half back. No drive from the stoppages. Look at that wind. Richmond, oh, they're sensing a victory here. They're sensing a team that they've nearly got on the ropes, if you can say it, before half-time.
Saw that flag. It's just a very strong breeze. Favouring the Tigers with 3 minutes remaining. Could be crucial. Kasisi trapped it. Not 15. Delidio standing in the way. Salopek and Martin, they dance together.
He's done that again, Martin. Look, he's won the ball.
Pocket. But in turn, it's stolen by Pearce. Anything you can do, I can do better. He releases Broadbent. In turn to Chad Corns. Port Adelaide need a mark inside forward 50. Carr, 40 metres out. Can he get home, Leader?
No,
No hope. No hope. If his last kick was any indication, he's about, he'll be getting to the top of the goal square. He's going to have to kick Smithy into the teeth of that breeze, isn't he? From that spot.
I'll tell you what, boys, Piggies, you called the Josh Carr one before. He's not even going to make the distance. He's not going to make the distance here either.
I think he's going to think about the Tory here. Yep.
He's going to kick from 40. He's going to kick right to the square. It's not a bad hit. Stewart was there. Ebert caught, didn't have it. Port have enough numbers around it. Thomas in hope. Yeah, all the best.
Well, I'm not sure it's a day to play for free kicks. Yeah, in this situation, I mean, he had a little bit of the arm, but Brett Ebert's best bet there was to just continue with the contest.
So we've got 2 minutes 25 remaining in the first half. It's a 23-point lead to the Tigers, who are still winless for the season, and they're putting themselves in a wonderful position to change that. Cotchin didn't take it. Thomas was underneath it. Salopek trying to burrow through. Kane Corns got it out. Thomas wears one in the eye.
Got a poke in the eye.
Yeah. And
nothing worse on a wet day if someone puts their sticking finger in your eye. Nothing worse.
Although I can think of a couple of things that are worse. Salopek in trouble. The forward line curse continues for Port Adelaide. He's in trouble with the shoulder. He's signalled to the medical staff. Here's Westhoff with the footy, but Salopek, an important player,
Ebert
in bother. Here's Ebert. Gets some warm applause for being back out on the ground. Launches it long. Chad Corns has got to turn around. He's going to get a chance. He got it out to Boak. He's a tough man to tackle, but the smother is there. Off the ground went Graham. Logan's wrapped up by Mason. It's a good tackle. And umpire comes in, and Salopek is in all sorts of bother, Rowan.
Yeah, it looks like he's actually dislocated his shoulder. Maybe they just tried to put it in there before, but he's in a world of hurt down here.
Gee, he's had a lot of shoulder problems throughout his career, Stephen Salopek.
Let's have a look.
He got pushed and then he's fallen on it.
It's just the falling. That's the same as Hitchcock.
Yeah. Port are pressing here. They sense that they need a goal before half-time. They've lost Hitchcock. Now they've lost Salopek.
Ebert's back on the ground, which is a bonus.
Good. Yep.
But Salopek will be out of business now for the rest of the game and a number of weeks. But look at that. And Hitchcock, you wouldn't think would be back on at all. So, geez, pretty tough for Port from here, I'd think.
They are running out of numbers up forward.
Kept it alive here, the Tigers.
Yeah, that's Asprey throwing it on the boot.
It's a speed test.
Nahas will be second to it. Chaplin back towards Kasisi. Nahas just wants to hold it in the mud. Oh, it comes over to Nason inside the last minute of the half, and he kicks a big goal for the Tigers.
Well, come on, Jacko.
It's got to be the Nahas here, because what he's done here, he's 2-on-1. Now, he doesn't overcommit. He watches the ball, doesn't overcommit, keeps the ball in there, keeps it alive. Two big blokes go to ground. That's the reason. That's where the goal came from. Well done, Robbie Nahas, for just keeping the ball alive there, but not overcommitting the free kick. And then the work rate of the Richmond players coming back. They had 5 players coming back to that contest, just outnumbered them. Good work by Richmond.
Goal number 7 for the season for Nason. And here's Salopek in pain in the rooms.
Well, it's still dislocated. You can see that they haven't been able to get back in. And that's a very painful situation for a player.
Speaking from experience, Lee?
Yes, I have done a number of shoulders for the final replacement joint, but gee, the Tigers are pressing and they're irresistible at the minute.
Oh, gee, if they could get one more in this last 30 seconds.
That's a push in the back.
Nahas has won
That's
the 3.
a push in the back. Troy Chaplin not happy, but it wasn't the initial tackle, it was the second tackle.
Oh, umpire, you're being sucked into it. There was nothing in that.
It's done by Edwards all the same.
Well, it is, but there was no difference to the one that we spoke about, Hayden Kennedy, and Hayden Kennedy didn't get sucked into it.
Well, a big turnaround there, because a goal on the siren for the Tigers could have almost been enough for the game. In these conditions, 35 points is a mammoth lead. Another free kick. This crowd is only small, but gee, it's vocal at the moment.
50. It's undisciplined, Port, at the minute. I mean, Chad Corns is a senior player, and he's just disputing that. There's no need to do that. Now, all you're doing is opening the door for Richmond.
Bang it on long, kick it taut.
Okay, it's a bit in the side. Nothing you can do about it. The problem is for Chad Corns is right now.
Chance right on the siren.
Just to kick it.
He could have kicked
he's filthy at himself too.
They kept pressing the Tigers, but plenty of voice from the crowd, because here's what's been going on now. Here's the turnaround from Edwards.
It was the initial tackle was okay. It was the second bit against Troy Chaplin.
He's trying to get up.
Now,
okay.
Edwards has come in. He's just trying to get up. Chaplin, that's okay.
There's nothing. There's nothing.
Oh, that was terrible. He's reversed it because of that little push on the
That's
side.
nothing.
Ooh.
You can't fall for that.
No. And, well, it's a pretty happy Tiger camp at the moment. They have a terrific lead here at AAMI Stadium at half-time. It's 6:09:45. Port Adelaide 2-4-16.